Hello and welcome to Stitches and Slapdashery Slowvember Day 2. Let's open the box and see what we have for today. Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. Use air dry clay to make mushrooms, paint with acrylics, varnish and mount on twigs for plant pot decoration. I might make some that aren't on twigs as well so I can add them to my kitchen windowsill decor. So this is going to probably be a 2-day thing because I have to let the air dry clay dry overnight. But we're going to get started on this. Mr. Stitches and I went out and did a couple of errands this morning, and the weather is very wild, wet and windy today. This is certainly making the trees let go of a lot of their leaves. They're flying everywhere. It's pouring with rain. I'm looking out of my craft room window right now, and the maple tree is really getting buffeted. So it's the perfect day to be inside in a warm sewing room making stuff. All right, what materials do I need for this? This idea came from a site called mudandbloom.com, and it's a site for kids' activities, but I don't think that we have to leave all the fun to the kids, right? We can have fun too. So what am I going to need? Well, first I'm going to need the clay. The other day I bought some of this Fimo Air from Michael's because I knew at some time in this month I was going to need it. So I have my air dry clay. I also have some toothpicks, which is good for making marks on the clay. Let me just grab some parchment just to keep my workspace a little clean. I have twigs drying out on the floor currently, but we'll leave them there at the moment. I also brought in, when I was out in the wild and woolly weather, a rather nice pebble, which I thought would be a good painting pebble. So maybe what I'll do is we'll get started on the mushrooms today. I will maybe paint the pebble today, and then tomorrow I can paint my mushrooms. I have this set of acrylic paints from Michael's. Craftsmart is their own brand. And I have some Mod Podge gloss for doing the varnishing afterwards. Never used Mod Podge before, so this is going to be interesting. I need to change you to a wider view so you can see a bit better. Get the wider view. What I like to do is put my materials on the periphery of my camera lens so that I know where to position you for best viewing. So there's my Mod Podge, there's my card, there's my paint. That way I will stay within the environs of the camera lens. I don't think I've ever used air drying clay before. I guess I'm going to have to get myself a Ziploc of some kind for keeping this in after it's opened. Oops, didn't need a pin today. Go away. And I never was very good at making realistic things out of clay when the kids were small. This one says it's similar to China clay. It says it's all natural, and it's just a naturally off-white colour. Not sure how many mushrooms I'm going to use. Let's see if I can just break off a chunk here. This is going to get into the nails well, isn't it? All right, let's have a... Oh, it does feel nice. In contrast to the a lovely natural clay. I have my neon cardigan on today. It's actually a grey cardigan with neon accents, but yeah, you can just see the neon parts of it right now. Oh, it's so satisfying. It's like when you're making bread dough and you're kneading the dough. I have made pottery before, doing the hand building method. I've never used a wheel. That, I hope, is going to be a scheduled activity for learning next year after Mr. Stitches retires. I told him we should do the pottery wheel classes together. So let's see, how big do I want to make these? I guess if I make them smaller, they'll be quicker to dry, won't they? Mushrooms come in all shapes and sizes. So whatever I do, it should look good, right? She said optimistically. It's a thumbprint mushroom. I'm not sure if you're supposed to use water to stick this together. Actually, I think what I've seen is you can use a tool just to smooth the edges together to join them. So I could do with something like a popsicle stick or something, which I don't think I own, but I need to go hunt around for something. I know what I can do. I think I'm just going to use the end of this paintbrush to smooth things together. I think with mushrooms, it doesn't matter even if there's just lots of texture. In fact, really, it's probably desirable to have something that looks textured rather than too smooth. With mushrooms, they're pretty bumpy and shaggy and fibrous. How's that for proportion? Oh, that looks good. I like that. All right. Just going to add something that looks like gills. And having a little bit of rough area there might actually help my stem to stick in there well as well. Okay, let's grab the paintbrush and see how that works. I do love the, what do they call it? The classic red toadstool with the white spots. Eminata, is that what it's called? Fly agaric? I don't know. It's the Eminata. I don't know what the full name is. I'll put it on the screen. I'll look it up and put it on the screen when I'm editing. But it would be nice to make some other types of mushrooms as well. That's really cute. Yeah, you see that thick part there is probably going to take quite a while to dry. But I like it because this one, I think I'm just going to have this one as a freestanding one. I might just even widen that out a little bit more. I don't know if this will shrink as it's drying as well. So I'm going to try and make it so that it doesn't topple over as it's drying. Oh, I really like that. That was so easy. The clay that we used to use when the kids were small was the Fimo or the Sculpey, which was the oven bake one. And the thing with the oven bake one is it's so hard to manipulate. It's also got a bit of a nasty plasticky smell when you're baking it. Whereas this just feels so nice. And no smells. I have a couple of sticks here, and I want to have a couple of these mushrooms for inserting into my plant pots. And that way I can enjoy them all winter long. I'm going to grab a jar, because what I want is not to lie this down, but actually dry it while it's standing on its stick. Like that. I'll put that one in the jar too. I'll just go wash my hands and we'll get on with the next fun thing. I just happened to spot this round pebble in my garden earlier. It's not very clean, but I don't want to scrub it because then it'll be wet and paint might not stick. So we're just running with it. But it's a nice smooth shape. And now we can start busting out the acrylics. Or not. Turns out it really helps when you look for the little perforated thing on the plastic where you can pull the seal off. I assume they need to be shaken. Yeah, I figured it was time to invest in some new acrylics recently because the only ones I had were from when the kids were homeschooling, and that was a long, long time ago. Oh, I hope I didn't put too much in there. Okay, so we're going with this color, which is just called Bright Red in the Craft Smart acrylic. I got a couple of brushes, one for the large area and one for the dots, because I'm going to do your classic toadstool. This actually looks very pinky, this bright red. So we'll just see what it looks like. I wonder if I should prime it. I wonder if I should put some sort of undercoat on it. You know what? We're going for it. Oh, yeah, you can see the darkness through there. But yes, it is, for a bright red, it is a very pinky. This is just a little bonus project for today because obviously the mushrooms were the main thing. But that didn't take long. There's something about getting messy, isn't there? It's so fun. I don't know if you had access to the show The Magic School Bus many years ago. When my kids were young, there was a show on TV here in Canada called The Magic School Bus. And the teacher was Miss Frizzle, aka the Frizz. And she used to take the kids, it was a cartoon, and she used to take the kids on all these wonderful adventures. So there was a special school bus that would get very tiny or very large or could go underwater or whatever. And one of her little sayings was, "Get messy, make mistakes." I blasted it with a hairdryer for the second coat. It's looking a lot more red and less bleed through of the rock colour now. So I think what I'm going to do is, rather than use a paintbrush for the white spots, I'm going to use a pencil eraser. I think it will be more controllable that way. We don't need much paint for that. And I think what I'm going to do is, rather than hurry this along and then put the Mod Podge on today, I'll do the Mod Podge tomorrow when I paint my other mushrooms. Now I just remembered as I was blasting this with the heat. Oh, I like that. The Mud and Bloom tutorial said to put little blobs of white clay on top of the painted mushroom after it was mostly finished. But I think I'm just going to do my white spots on those mushrooms like this. They don't need to be 3D, I think. Well, they probably shouldn't be too symmetrical on here either. I shouldn't make it look too predictable, should I? Oh, I like this a lot. This is fun. I'm just going to leave this little guy to dry overnight, along with my clay mushrooms. So as I said before, I've not used Mod Podge before. This one, it says it's a glue, sealer and finish. So what I'm hoping is that it will look nice and shiny and finished off when I have applied this. There's so many different kinds of Mod Podge right now that I wasn't really sure which one to get. So we're going with this, and I'm hoping it works out beautifully for my mushrooms and for my rock. Thank you for being with me for day 2 of Slowvember. That was fun. It's very tempting to just burn through that whole pack of air drying clay and make a ton of mushrooms. But I think I'm going to save some in case I come up with an idea for something different later on. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I really enjoyed painting the rock too. I always thought I was useless at painting rocks. Well, this is obviously an easy thing to do. But I'm really pleased with it, especially how those little white spots went on with the pencil. So do be sure to leave a comment underneath the video if you follow my idea, or if you have some great fall crafting ideas of your own. I'd love to hear from you. See you again tomorrow.